Hi friends, welcome to the channel Dinners. Here we are discussing about immune system. Immune system. Before going to topic, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. Immune system divided into two types, that is non-specific immune response and specific immune response. Non-specific and specific immune response. In non-specific immune response, it is again subdivided into two types. Non-specific immune response divided into two types, that are physical barrier and blood-borne non-specific immune response. In the same way, specific immune response also divided into two types. Two types means first one is cell-mediated immunity and second one is humoral immunity. Cell-mediated immunity is carried out by T lymphocyte and humoral immunity is carried out by B lymphocyte. So everything we can check it in detail. So go to screen.
Types of immune response. Immune response include two types. First one is non-specific immune response and specific immune response. Non-specific immune response means it is directed against invading microbes. Non-specific immune response means that is a first level of immune response that is directed against invading microbes. Non-specific immune response divided into two types. First one is physical barrier. Second one is blood-borne. Physical barrier, we can know skin is a first physical barrier against microbes. Second one is blood-borne. These are the two types of non-specific immune response. First one, physical barrier. Physical barrier of non-specific immune response include body surface barrier, that is intact skin and mucosa. The point is intact skin. Intact skin and mucosa. If any injury happens, it is not protect against microbes. So intact skin only protect against microbes. Then cilia and mucous secretions. So body surface barriers include intact skin and mucosa, cilia and mucous secretions. Next physical barrier is antimicrobial secretions. Antimicrobial secretions include oil of the skin, tears, gastric juice and vaginal secretions. So these are the examples of antimicrobial secretions. Oil of the skin, tears, gastric juice and vaginal secretions. Next, blood-borne non-specific immune response. Blood-borne non-specific immune response include internal antimicrobial agents. Internal antimicrobial agents divided into interferon, that is, it is a substance produced within cells in the response to viral attack. Interferon specifically against viral attack, so it will be activated during the time of viral attack only. Next thing is properdin or factor P. Properdin or factor P is a protein agent in blood that destroys certain gram-negative bacteria and viruses. So it is against certain gram-negative bacteria and viruses, that is properdin or factor P. So internal microbial agents include interferon, properdin or factor P. Next one is lysozyme. Lysozyme helps to destroy mainly gram-positive bacteria. Lysozyme helps to destroy mainly gram-positive bacteria. So here we studied three types of internal microbial agents. They are interferon, properdin and lysozyme. Next, blood-borne non-specific immune system includes phagocytes. Examples of phagocytes includes monocytes, macrophages, natural killer cells or NK cells, dendritic cells. Phagocytes cells examples monocytes, macrophages, natural killer cells or NK cells, dendritic cells. Phagocytes means the cells that ingest and destroy microbes. Phagocytes means the cells that ingest and destroy microbes. It is a part of reticuloendothelial system. Phagocytes is a part of reticuloendothelial cells. It ingest and destroy microbes. Third one is inflammatory response. Inflammatory response that is divided into 3 stages. First stage is the release of histamine and chemical mediators, that is prostaglandin and bradykinin, leads to vascular dilation and increased capillary permeability, resulting in signs of inflammation. First stage of inflammatory response include the release of histamine and chemical mediators, leads to vascular dilation and increased capillary permeability, resulting in signs of inflammation. The signs of inflammation includes pain, heat, redness, edema, sometimes loss of function. Then in second stage, exudate production happens. Second stage of inflammatory response means that is exudate production. Then final stage includes reparative phase. Reparative phase, the organs or the system become normal. So these are the 3 stages of inflammatory response, that is non-specific, example of non-specific immune response. Next we can check about specific immune response or acquired. Specific immune response means it is directed against a specific pathogen or foreign protein or its toxin. Specific means it is specifically against certain specific pathogenic, that is foreign protein or its toxin. Specific immune response also 2 types, that is cell-mediated immunity and humoral immunity. So specific immune response also 2 types, cell-mediated immunity and humoral immunity. First one is cell-mediated immunity or T-cell immunity, because the T cell is the main T lymphocyte is the main agent that is that functions in cell-mediated immunity. It occurs within cells of immune system. It occurs within the cells of immune system and it involves T lymphocytes. T lymphocytes example T helper cell, T suppressor, T cytotoxic, lymphokinins. These are the examples of T lymphocytes. Each type plays a distinct role in immune response. So each of the T lymphocytes have distinct, that is separate role in immune system. Next is cluster designation. Cluster designation or CD. CD for cell is example. Mature T cells carry markers on surface that permit them to be classified structurally. Mature T cells carries markers on the surface that permit them to be classified structurally. Example CD4 cells. CD means cluster designation 4. CD4 cells are associated with acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, that is AIDS. Next, functions of cell-mediated immunity. Functions of cell-mediated immunity, first one, protect against most viral, fungal, protozoan and slow-growing bacterial infections. Cell-mediated immunity function include protect against most viral, fungal, protozoan and slow-growing bacterial infection. Next function, it rejects histo-incompatible grafts. So graft versus host mechanism is the response of cell-mediated immunity. Then third function is it causes Skin hypersensitivity reaction. Cell-mediated immunity causes skin hypersensitivity reaction, that is in tuberculosis screening. So fourth function is assist with diagnosis of malignancies. Assist with the diagnosis of malignancies. So that they are the four functions of cell-mediated immunity. Then humoral immunity or B cell immunity. It is carried out by B lymphocytes. That is why it is called B cell immunity. Humoral immunity concerned with immune responses outside of the cells. Cell-mediated immunity concerned about inside cell. Humoral immunity outside of the immune responses outside of the cell. It involves B lymphocytes that differentiate into plasma cells and secrete antibodies. So B lymphocytes differentiate into plasma cell and secretes antibodies. So humoral immunity is carried out by antibodies. Antibodies means it is an immune substance produced by plasma cells. Antibodies means immune substance produced by plasma cells. Antibodies are gamma globulin molecules. That is important things. All antibodies are gamma globulin molecules. That is immunoglobulins. Antibodies are commonly referred to as immunoglobulins. Antibodies are commonly referred to as immunoglobulin or Ig. So antibodies are immune substance produced by plasma cells. Antibodies are gamma globulin molecules. Antibodies are commonly referred to as immunoglobulins. Next term is antigen. Antigen means any substance including allergen that stimulates production of antibodies in body. Antigen definition is any substance including allergen, any type of allergen that stimulates the production of antibody. Any substance that stimulates the production of antibody in body is known as antigen. Typically, antigens are foreign proteins, most potent being microbial cells and their products. So typically, antigens are foreign proteins, most potent being microbial cells and their products. Third term is complement-fixation. Complement-fixation, these are the example. Complement-fixation, it is a function happening in humoral immunity. That is why I am telling here. Complement-fixation, that complements is a group of blood serum proteins needed in certain antigen antibody reactions. Complement is a group of blood serum proteins needed in certain antigen antibody reactions. Both the complement and antibody must be present for reaction to occur. Both the complement and antibody must be present for reaction to occur. Reaction means destruction of microbial organism. Next, we can check about the immunoglobulins or antibodies. There are 5 types of immunoglobulin. They are IgM, IgG, IgA, IgE and IgD. Now we can check one by one types of immunoglobulin. First one is immunoglobulin M or IgM antibodies. It is a first antibody to be detected after exposure to antigen. Protection from gram-negative bacteria is a major function of IgM antibodies. So after exposure to any antigen, first antibody produced in our body is immunoglobulin M or IgM antibodies. That is important in testing IgM. If it is tested positive, means it is acutely infected. That is infected within the 2 or 3 days. Next thing is immunoglobulin G or IgG antibodies. IgG, it makes up more than 75% of total immunoglobulins. So in total immunoglobulin, 75% of immunoglobulin is IgG. the highest increase in the response to subsequent exposure to antigen. It will increase highest increase in response to subsequent exposure to antigen. So IgG is the second immunoglobulin that will increase in maximum level after exposure with antigen. That is another immunoglobulin we are testing in viral infections like dengue, IgM and IgG importance. Next thing is the only immunoglobulin that passes placental barrier. So during the pregnancy and labor time, the only immunoglobulin passes to infant is IgG. So initial days, the baby getting immunity from IgG antibodies that is produced in the mother's body. IgG. Next immunoglobulin is IgA. IgA, it is usually present in blood, mucus and human milk secretions. So that is why important of breastfeeding during infant period, the baby will get immunity through the mother's breast milk. That is IgA is transferred from mother's breast milk. Next point is it plays important role against viral and respiratory pathogens. IgA plays important role against viral and respiratory pathogens. Next is immunoglobulin E. Immunoglobulin E is responsible for hypersensitivity and allergic responses. So hypersensitivity and allergic reactions are carried out by IgE antibodies or IgE immunoglobulins. It causes mast cells to release histamine. IgE causes mast cells to release histamine. That is the histamine causes allergic reactions. Next point is it helps to protect from parasites. So IgE is responsible for hypersensitivity and allergic responses. It causes mast cells to release histamine. Then it helps to protect from parasites. That are the three roles of IgE antibodies. Next is immunoglobulin D or IgD antibodies. The main function of IgD is it helps to differentiate B lymphocytes. It helps to differentiate B lymphocytes. Then only it can produce antibodies. So that is a major role of IgD. So these are the 5 immunoglobulins. Next, types of humoral immunity. Types of humoral immunity, there are 2 types. First one is active immunity. Second one is passive immunity. The humoral immunity is divided into 2. They are active and passive immunity. Active immunity means antibodies formed in body. That is, our body is producing antibodies. That is active immunity. Active immunity also divided into 2. They are natural active immunity and artificial active immunity. So one by one we can check what is natural active immunity. In natural active immunity, the antibodies formed during the course of disease. So after exposing with the microorganism, body will start producing antibodies. That is a normal thing. That is example of natural active immunity. So in case of measles, chickenpox, yellow fever, smallpox, it will give lifelong immunity. So because of natural immunity, the exposure with the measles, chickenpox, yellow fever, smallpox will give lifelong immunity because the body itself produces antibodies against these organisms, viruses. Next is artificial active immunity. Artificial active immunity means the vaccine or toxoid stimulate formation of homologous antibodies. Revaccination or booster shot often needed to sustain antibody titer. So in this case, the body will not produce antibodies initially. So to stimulate the antibody production, there will be a vaccine that is inactivated the virus particles or its toxoid will inject into body. So that will stimulate the antibody production. So in next exposure with the same microbes, there will be already produced antibodies. So it will give immunity to that persons. So the antigens are injecting or it is giving through vaccines. It is called artificial. So that is artificial active immunity. Example is vaccination. Vaccination with live attenuated vaccine or its toxoid. Artificial active immunity produced by administration of live vaccines. Antigenic preparation contained weakened or attenuated microbes. Typically such vaccines are more antigenic than killed preparations. Examples: oral polio vaccine or measles vaccine. These are the examples of live vaccines. So live vaccine is more antigenic than killed vaccines. Next, killed vaccines. Killed vaccine also is used to make artificial active immunity. Antigenic preparations containing killed microbes. Examples: pertussis vaccine, typhoid vaccines. Then from toxoid. Antigenic preparations composed of inactivated bacterial toxins that also stimulate to produce antibodies in our body. So these are the three things used to produce artificial immunity, active immunity. They are live vaccines, killed vaccine and toxoids. Next is passive immunity. Passive immunity means antibodies acquired from outside source produce short-term immunity. In passive immunity, the already formed antibodies are injected to the person. So there is no preparation from its own antibodies. Antibodies are prepared outside the body, then injected into the person. Passive immunity also two types. They are natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. Usually passive immunity for short-term immunity only. Then first we can check natural passive immunity. Natural passive immunity means it is the passage of preformed antibodies from mother through placenta to fetus or the colostrum to neonate. So natural passive immunity is passed from the mother to baby. The already formed antibodies to baby. That is an example of natural passive immunity. Second point is, during first few weeks of life, newborn is immune to certain disease to which mother have active immunity. During first few weeks of life, newborn is immune to certain disease to which mother has active immunity. That is carried out by IgG antibodies. That is the only antibodies crosses placenta, and infant will get antibody or immunoglobulin A from breast milk. These are the two immunoglobulins are responsible for the immunity of the infant at early stages. Next, artificial passive immunity. Artificial passive immunity is acquired by injection of antisera derived from immunized animals or humans. In rabies vaccine and all, it is after the rabies infection, antisera is used for treatment. So that gives artificial passive immunity. It is acquired by injection of antisera derived from immunized animals or humans. Artificial passive immunity provide immediate protection and also are of value in treatment. Example: diphtheria antitoxin, tetanus antitoxin. So after suspected tetanus infection, first we will give tetanus antitoxin. So it will give early protection. So these are the immune system types we studied here: acquired and innate immunity. Then acquired immunity is divided into T cell immunity, that is cell mediated immunity. Then another example of acquired immunity is B cell mediated, that is humoral immunity. Then innate immunity, that is non-specific immune response, that is two types: bloodborne and physical barrier. Bloodborne examples we seen, and physical barriers example is skin, mucous membrane and saliva. These are the this is about immune system. So thank you for watching this video. Please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe our channel Dinners. Thank you.